왠지 모를 꿈결 속에서 행복한 날도 본 것 같았어. 다가올 내일은 불안한 표정이지만.
Hello, welcome to another video. Today we'll be talking about how to live a holy life, especially in this age. We'll be talking about two church documents, Christus Vivet and Gaudete et Exultate. Christus Vivet. Christ is alive. Indeed, Christ is alive, always there for us, loving us, and waiting for us to accept Him into our lives. As we are the youth, extremely vulnerable, Pope Francis released a document addressing the young people and the entire people of God. In one excerpt, although it is never easy to approach young people, two things have become increasingly evident. The realization that the entire community has to be involved in evangelizing them, and the urgent requirement that the young people take on a greater role in pastoral outreach. From this, we are called as youth. We are called into a role, taking up Christian responsibilities in the pastoral outreach, helping one another in the path to evangelization. So, how do we live a holy life? Number one, believe. Believe in God. This is the first step in accepting the Word of God, that He wants us to follow His words and teachings. This is the foundation of our faith, centered to God. Second, consecrate your life. You should be of service to God, helping the poor, approaching the marginalized, and sharing our gifts or some ways. Third, remove negative teachings. We must be able to avoid temptation that would break us and our faith. We must always do what is right and just and discern what is real and fake. We always hear that the youth is our future. It is true, but also the youth is the present. You are the now of God. We are the now of God. Another excerpt from Christus Vivet 67. Each young person's heart should thus be considered holy ground, a bearer of the seeds of divine life, before which we must take off our shoes in order to draw near and enter more deeply into the mystery, which greatly emphasizes our vulnerability and sensitivity to be careful in this age we are in, living in a world in crisis and desires, hurts, and longings. Young hearts are naturally ready to change, to turn back, get up, and learn from life. Despite the many challenges and injustices we face, let us learn to love like God, love unconditionally, because the glory of youth is in the heart. True youth means capable of loving, and anything that separates us from others makes us old. Moving on, Gaudete et Exultate. Rejoice and be glad. It's on the call to holiness in today's world, where it emphasizes the path to holiness despite the many obstacles and temptations we are facing. In one excerpt, to be holy does not require being a bishop, a priest, or a religious. We are frequently tempted to think that holiness is only for those who can withdraw from ordinary affairs, to spend much time in prayer. This is not the case. We are all called to be holy by living our lives with love and by bearing witness in everything we do, wherever we find ourselves. With this, all of us, even the sinful, are called to holiness, to live a life of holiness, to do our mission on this earth and try to be a saint. A saint does not need to be perfect. They also made mistakes. But it is within the journey that we grow to become holy. We continue to reflect and devote ourselves in seeking the will of the Father in all things. However, let us be careful with the many temptations we face, such as the Christian life is a constant battle. We need strength and courage to withstand the temptations of the devil and to proclaim the gospel. Nevertheless, he assures us that this battle is sweet, for it allows us to rejoice each time the Lord triumphs in our lives. With this, let us strive to be holy, be faithful, love, and inspire. And I leave you with a quote by Pope Francis. Holiness doesn't mean doing extraordinary things, but doing ordinary things with love and faith.